Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction bingo for One Piece chapter 1159. I am so sorry that I'm running late. I'm not recording this until Tuesday afternoon. So usually for these bingo videos, it goes up for patrons and channel members. If you want to hit join down below to become a member, go to patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. You get these early usually whenever I read the scans, and then I make it public when the official translation comes out, but I'm running behind, so sorry about that. It's not early this week. I am very excited to read. I've been loving One Piece lately, and honestly, it was a little bit nice having over a week to kind of be away from One Piece a little bit, because I have been, as you know if you've been watching, deep into One Piece recently. I was rewatching via a bunch of reaction series and everything, but now my attention's kind of been diverted a little bit. I've been working on some Attack on Titan stuff that I'm planning to do for the channel, some other anime stuff, so I've been a little bit away from One Piece, and it's felt a little bit nice to think about things differently. Right now for One Piece, you know, I've been watching through the anime in addition to this, and I'm in Wano, and that kind of hurts a bit because, you know, what's new? Haku complaining about Wano. It wasn't very good in the manga, so the story's already not great, and the point I'm at specifically is one of the worst parts of Wano, and in addition to that, just what the people making the anime have to go through. They don't really have much of a choice but to pace things kind of poorly, unless they take more breaks like they did when they made the Fishman Island special edited edition. I really hope they do more of that, just to help with the pacing a little bit as much as they can, but really, they don't have too much of a choice but to pace things kind of in a pretty abysmal way sometimes, just to stretch things out, to try to, you know, keep making things while letting the manga be somewhat ahead. So right now I'm at the part where it's just episodes and episodes of Momonosuke whining, and it's rough. It is so rough. Some episodes are perfectly fine. Some episodes are just a struggle to get through. It is like pulling teeth. And again, that was something that was paced poorly in the manga, so then you hand it to the people making the anime, and it's like, wow, we're screwed trying to make something out of this. And really, you know, that's not a complaint about Momonosuke's character. It makes total sense for him to be, like, you know, nervous about the dragon stuff. But it is paced abysmally, just in the original manga, and again here in the anime. It is just paced so poorly. And though I think that Momonosuke is probably the best written character in Wano, one of the best written characters in Wano, seeing him on screen, his scenes are like so annoying, so rough to get through. That's one of those things where I've been thinking it as I've been watching. I'm like, Yamato is probably the worst written character in One Piece, or at least up there, but I really don't hate Yamato's scenes. I really don't hate Yamato being on screen, despite how poorly written Yamato is. But then you get to Momonosuke, and Momonosuke is, I think, one of the best written characters in Wano, if not the best, and yet when Momonosuke is on screen, it's like, oh my god, this is horrible. He's so annoying. I can't stand him. If I was to do a tier list, I would be putting Momonosuke above Yamato, even though Yamato is very poorly written and Momonosuke isn't. I just do not like or enjoy any of the stuff with him. But either way, you know, rant about One Piece and stuff aside, let's see what we get on the bingo card this time, and then see what we have for the manga this time around. So for my bingo card this week, I ended up with, and of course a link will be down to generate your own. I try to update the bingo card generator every week, so down below you can click to make your own bingo card and play along or play on your own, either way. But either way, I ended up this time with Joy Boy or Nika mentioned, Food, Devil Fruit Awakening, Straw Hat Grand Fleet Representative, Bounty Reveal, Zoan Transformation, Imusama, Named Attack, Mosa Reveal, Thousand Sunny, Muma or Dream Demon, Gorose, Free Space which we can click, Yonko, Silhouetted Character, Blood Sweater Tears, Child, Goon Valley, Carrot and or Zunisha, Revolutionary, Flashback, any Straw Hat member, Harold or Ida, Vivi Wapple or Morgans, or a new name Devil Fruit, and I got so many really easy ones, but also some that are just, I think, probably not happening, so we'll see what happens here. We only have one chapter, and then, in addition to that, I was hoping, because I think we have a cover cover story frontispiece this week. So I was kind of hoping to get Wano Piece because that would be a free space, but did not get so lucky. So either way, let me just check the recording and we can start reading. We have chapter 1159, The Island of Destiny. And we have Yamato page 1 and Ulti. Ulti looking so cute, eating with the mask on. Oni Child Yamato and the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage Volume 41, the group heads back to the Flower Capital, chowing down on some apples. So, again, since we're continuing even after the Moria reveal, it makes me wonder where we're going with this at this point, because it felt like the Moria reveal was kind of the big thing at this point. But I did mention last time that maybe originally a lot of people had been thinking that Moria and Perona were going to end up with Cross Guild, and Cross Guild was just going to end up with, all these old former Shichibukai characters. But maybe that's not the case, and maybe Moria and Perona are going to end up meeting Yamato's group here. Oh, and we have Onimaru here too in the corner there. Alright, Onimaru has a Zoan, but is not transformed, so we don't get Zoan transformation off of that. We do get food, though. I don't think weapon is a space that's possible to get anymore, sadly. Just taking it all in. And I wonder what's up with the one apple that seems like it's just sort of hovering out of the bag over by page 1. If that's going to come into play somewhere. Okay, so I guess before I continue into the main story, main story looks like it's going to be starting with a flashback. Before we go into it, I can just go ahead and hit flashback. And did I get food? I got food. Okay. Don't know if there's anything else that I should be marking, but at least for right now, we can go with this. Okay. Probably a couple easy ones. Good chance we might see Goon Valley again. I'm surprised we're seeing so much with this flashback. 39 years ago, Hachinosu, Pirate Island. All hell has broken loose. Did you look everywhere? Don Marlin and the others were killed. Okay? Just killed here? Don Marlin and the others were killed. They were on guard duty last night. The Don couldn't protect her? It can't be. Who the hell did this? What are you saying? We have rocks in Newgate. Huh? Someone kidnapped our Shaki. So, we've seen how strong Shaki is, so to take out a member of the Rocks Pirates, at least one member of the Rocks Pirates, again, we don't know what they mean by the others here, to take out at least one member of the Rocks Pirates and to kidnap Shaki, it had to be like somebody crazy strong doing all this. It only took the perpetrating party a few hours, but they left behind no trace. And we have Ochoku counting money. Was Ochoku betting that Marlin would be the first to die or something? We have a really detailed panel of Gloriosa crying here. All the random pirates crying. The pirates were distraught and shaking with rage. Please be okay, Shaki. Damn you, Rocks. How could you let this happen? I'm gonna kick your ass. And we have Roger. Word spread across the seas. Shaki. And we have, Rayleigh. And the people sank into deep despair, their smiles fading, as the world's economy ground to a halt for several weeks. It is hilarious how over the top they're going with this Shaki stuff. 1 year later, Goon Valley, West Blue. Carling, I'm so happy. I always knew you'd come back. Shamrock, Shanks, it's your father. Twins, huh? How precious. Yeah, they're our kids. Why don't you stay here with me? Well, if we were to share a home, it certainly wouldn't be here. This island won't be around much longer. Huh? Besides, I've already secured a worthy bride for myself and placed the order. She'll be mine, provided I triumph in the upcoming tourney. Tourney? Okay, we're seeing an interesting relationship here. We're still kind of hiding Shanks and Shamrock's mother. And we're seeing some, evil depravity from Garling, but also the fact that it's not just, I have no time for romance, I'm just using you and using God Valley. He ordered himself a bride. So it's like, Who is the bride then? Who is the wife that he wanted? And then he kills their mother. Begin the preparations. Yes, sir. Making landfall now. Navy ships from the world government. That's right. They've surrounded the whole island. Are they searching for some vile criminal? Get the children inside. Limit yourselves to tranquilizer rounds. If they don't resist, just capture them, because they need to use them for the rabbit hunt or whatever. Okay, before we continue... Is this dragon? Hold on. Before I continue, I'm seeing some things. Before I do, we got some things to click off here. We got Blood, Sweat, and Tears, for sure. We got Children. We got Goon Valley. Carrot is blocking us here. Potentially, do we count Revolutionary if this is Dragon coming up? Hold on now. Let's see. Anything else? Did we get a silhouetted character? I don't remember. I'll need to look back. And then we did get a Yonko, technically. Gorosei, not yet. Let's see, any of these others? Not yet, I guess. I got unlucky for some of these. Okay. Either way, let's continue actually reading. Alright, sorry, I'm back now. Continuing, we have Lieutenant Commander. What exactly is the goal of this operation? And then... It's a training exercise. Now zip it. You're 10 years too early to be questioning orders, cadet. But, squad leader, what's the detail with this upstart? My apologies, he's still in training. Excuse me, what's going on? Kya! Do not resist, keep still. What? Run, they're capturing everyone. But why? These are just ordinary civilians. This is totally Dragon with the hair. We're fine. Dragon's, I mean, it might be a flashback, but he's finally doing something? Potential dad? When he does something, if he does something, but never now? It was a when he does something. We're getting something. These are just ordinary civilians. Don't question it. There's no room for personal doubts when following military orders. Just focus on completing the mission. Huh? It's okay. Tranquilizer rounds shouldn't kill anyone. Sorry. If you let me detain you, I won't shoot. Marine Monkey D. Dragon, future Supreme Commander of the Revolutionary Army, father of Luffy. He's gonna do it too? What a clown! Any excuse to hate on this clown. I don't know what's going on, but I'm leaving this island. Out of the way! He fires. Put on your masks. It's sleeping gas. Navy prison ship transporting slaves. Communications room. Could have sworn I saw someone. Is that... Okay, Ginny and Ivankov. Big bro, Ginny, you're safe. What a relief. I did it. Now it's up to the informant to relay it. Okay. She was sneaking around. I was trying to see if any of the ones in the background are familiar looking, but I don't think so. Don't be loud, you two. Don't do anything rash. You'll get us punished, too. Punished? Moron, do you want to die with no knowledge of where they're taking us? You need to try if you want to be saved. Miracles are not so easy to come by. Big bro. And Ivankov's flipping out. The slaves are getting rowdy. So, they're still slaves with spirit, and we have young Kuma. Cipher Pole Intelligence Bureau. You have more absurd intel. This is crazy. Hold on a sec. Because this is something I was not expecting to click off on the bingo. You have more absurd intel? What is it this time? Don't be coy. You guys must have caught wind of that transmission too. Let's skip the part where you pay me off. You'd rather keep this story, quiet, right? He's just some kid running a local paper with a fancy name. How does he keep getting intel like this? Don't push your luck or you'll be erased. Koo-ah-ha-ha. Just try and stop me. Fools. I'm gonna leak news to Pirate Island either way. Morgans, president of the World Economic Journal. It felt like the World Economic Journal was much older than Morgans, but I guess not. So we have young Morgans. Okay, we're cutting back over to Pirate Island. Before we do, though, I have to check my phone again. I'm so sorry that I have to keep interrupting this. But before I do that, let me see. Did we have anything new? We totally had new things, didn't we? Okay, yeah, Vivi Wobbler Morgans. Man, we need to see Honorida here. No named attack. I don't think we can count silhouetted character so far. Maybe I'm forgetting something. I'll go back through at the end. Can't believe with some of the stuff we saw that we didn't get a glimpse of any of the Gorosei there. Okay, you know, fair enough. Revolutionary, I guess, will count. Give me Karen or Zunisha somehow, I guess. But, yeah. Yeah, I guess this is where we're at for now. Again, gonna take a quick jump cut again. Alright, sorry again, just... Again, finding time for One Piece. This is why I'm so late. It's Shaki. She's alive. Is this for real? I'm so relieved. Where'd you say she is? Goon Valley? Or is that? This smells fishy. Can we trust this source we have, Choku? There's no doubt about it. The Navy's in turmoil. Then Stussy there in the back. She's going to be a prize in a Celestial Dragon tournament? Oh my... Is Oda going too far with this? The bride he planned to win is Shaki too. It is literally Goon Valley. I don't know. Like, in the whole, like, the economy starts crashing because Shaki was kidnapped. Literally, all of them are fighting over Shaki. Is it too far? And Shaki's just hanging out now on, in Sabaudi? Shabandi? Yeah, I don't know. Are we going too far with the Goon Valley stuff? She's going to be a prize in a Celestial Dragon tournament? So those damn government bastards were the ones who kidnapped her. Shaki-chan! The Celestial Dragon's human hunt. I always figured that was a baseless rumor. Looks like they're putting devil fruits up for grabs too, Kaido. Didn't you want one? What do these ones do? These fruits could be perfect for my kids, she thinks. So I wonder if we will see Big Mom just take a haul of devil fruits that ended up with some of her kids. Okay. What is this? Some sort of trap? And we have Streusen turning to rocks. Shut up. If you got cold feet, you can just stay behind on the island. Let's move. Goon Valley awaits. Then over to the Roger Pirates. Gibbon, where's Goon Valley? It's pretty far, but we should make it in time. Y'all are with me, right, fellas? Of course we are. Rox is already on the move. We can't let him get ahead. It was an unlikely turn of events, but this small leak... It seems Roger's heading there too. Lead with that next time. I'm on my way. Led to the mobilization of all the toughest men on the seas. And I wonder, are we actually going to get to see it in this flashback, or are we going to get cock-blocked? At Goon Valley. It's a giant ship. Who cares? Sink it. Wait, what is it, Rox? We can't stop now. They said your entire crew was obsessed with this woman. That's how I knew I'd be able to intercept you here, Rox. We have the giant pirates with Harald. You know, if we fought without any regard for our own lives, we could sink your puny little ship with ease. See that vessel over there? It's a government surveillance ship. So you're still trying to curry favor by playing the government's lapdog. You may be king of the overgrown brutes, but you're underestimating us. And we see future Yonko there in the background behind him. Are you really content to let the government sit back and watch as we tear each other apart? You're nothing but a giant lunatic, clinging to your deluded version of progress. Why don't we talk it out, just the two of us? You must have an idea where we're going, and what we're doing. Listen, this is for your ears only. I ain't gonna tell anyone else, not even my own crew. Your Majesty, why talk to him? That bastard, we don't have time to take it easy. I bet even now my Shaki's calling for help. I've got a hidden name. It's Davy D. Shebeck. You're not really called Rox? I reckon the world government's been trying to erase this specific name for a long time. So, Davy Jones, we have Davy D. Shebeck, so we don't... Oh, it's tied to the lineage of the legendary pirate Davy D. Jones, so Davy Jones was a D as well. I was wondering if he was going to be descended from both, or what? The name still commands some influence in the underworld even now, but it's barely scraping by. So I wonder if they got rid of the Davy part to try to hide themselves, but they left the D part as sort of like a hidden signifier, and so all of the people with the will of D are related to Davy Jones potentially? I ain't sure if the timing was good or bad, but 2 years ago I had a kid. To keep him totally safe, I sent my family away. Back to my hometown, told them to count on the Davy clan. So, I will be so interested to see what Blackbeard knows. How'd Blackbeard end up with Whitebeard? And So he had a mother that he must have spent some time with, unless we get, more of a sad backstory with his family being killed. But count on the Davy clan as well. I see. So your kin, your wife and child are back in your hometown? But why are you revealing your weak spot to me? My hometown is God Valley. This is just one thing after another. So God Valley, home of the Davy clan, is that potentially what Garling found there that he said Emu would be interested in? Is God Valley was where the Davy were hiding out. And so he's like, we can wipe out the place where this bloodline was. But because we know that Garling is also kind of making his own plays, maybe that's why he had Shanks and Shamrock there. Because he wanted to wipe out God Valley to curry favor and gain more power when it comes to Emu. But also he wanted to have children that potentially have the Davy lineage so that he could continue to make his own plays. Because we know that Garling is kind of like doing this crazy stuff, working his way up. Are you saying the government staged this just to lure you in? Nah, the celestial dragons are gathering there, right? And this would make sense for how Blackbeard potentially loses his mother. And also, Whitebeard could take Blackbeard from God Valley and raise him much like Roger took Shanks. Okay, and does this mean potentially that Shanks and Shamrock have the Will of D? Again, we don't know how many people on God Valley have it, but just throwing things out there. Nah, the Celestial Dragons are gathering there, right? They wouldn't want me crashing their party. They just made a mistake. Still, feels like Destiny's pulling me in. Again, I keep saying again, but... So, it feels like Destiny's pulling me in, dragging me back. So, if Rox is right here, and they don't totally know about this, at least not all of them, is this just more of Garling making some kind of crazy play, or maybe just Garling and Emu and potentially the Gorosei know, but the regular Celestial Dragons don't. Taking Shaki was their biggest blunder. As long as I get my wife and kid to safety, I'll be at peace with whatever happens next. But it doesn't feel like luck's on my side anymore, Harald. Lend me a hand. No way, I'm gonna sink you. Right here, right now. Is that so? Bring it on. Don't interfere. Huh? And Harald tells his crewmates. It's hard to believe, but every 3 years, you cowardly rat, the Celestial Dragons chose an unaffiliated nation rich in resources, and turn it into a hunting ground where they slaughter all the natives for sport. Help us. How can this be allowed to happen? We get a 2-page spread. The day of the God Valley incident. And we have this full Kuja dress on Shaki. We now present the grand prize of this tournament, beyond all rare devil fruits up for grabs. It's one of the calm belts of the Grand Line, in one of the calm belts of the Grand Line, lies the Isle of Women. Behold their former empress, the most beautiful woman in the world. Her name is Shakuyaku. Whoa, the winner can decide whether to take her as a wife or a slave. And is this potentially seeing, depending on what happens here with Dragon, or not Dragon, with with Dragon, this could be how Dragon ends up meeting Tritoma, potentially even. Wow, she's gorgeous. I want her. Since her capture, she's been kept spotless and pristine in every way. She's the very definition of a priceless treasure. What an amazing prize, Summers. You'd better win her for the Shepherd family. Okay, so the Shepherd family wants Summers to win. Don't be stupid. I'm gonna make her my personal property when I win. She'll be my wife. Quit dreaming, Summers. And then we see, Gunko, with you here, we might just take home the Clan War trophy. So this is Manmeyer, one of Gunko's relatives. And now, please help my kids. You have to get them off. And kids? Plural? Don't let him take them. We have Dragon. Come here, Teach. It'll be all right. You have to survive. My kids? What does this mean? Every world noble knows the tourney features several super rare rabbits to hunt. This year, we've not only secured a brat from the Buccaneer tribe, but for the first time in 800 years, we've also uncovered members of the Davy clan, the site of the Great Clash. This is insane. Hopefully we do not get cockblocked. So, hold on a second. It's this woman saying, my kids, you have to get them off the island. Is this... I thought that was going to be Teach's mom and that Dragon was going to save Teach. But the one's in cuffs, and they say members of the Davy clan. That must be Teach and Teach's mom. But the woman that Dragon's finding must be Shanks and Shamrock's mom. So again, if Dragon is the one to take Shanks and Shamrock, or try to save them, how then... We know that, anybody, Dragon could have just thrown Shanks into a chest for safekeeping. The chest ends up with Roger. We've kind of seen that. But how does Shamrock end up with the Celestial Dragons? This was such an interesting chapter. It just felt like one thing after another after another. This is pretty game-changing for One Piece, honestly. But it's also, it's game-changing for One Piece, but it's one of those things where we're really going to have to think about it. We're going to have to, wait and see what happens here in the future. I'm just glancing back up through things before I check on this. Okay. Alright, so checking on the bingo here, we did get Harald. Did we get a straw hat? We didn't get a straw hat. But we did get, Ivankov and Ginny. Crazy stuff. No Mosa reveal yet. There's still a strong chance that Mosa is Ida. Still a strong chance of that. We didn't have a new name, Devil Fruit. I don't know whether to count silhouetted character or not, because we had some, it's not really a silhouette. We just saw, the back of Blackbeard's mom and the back of Shanks and Shamrock's mom. We didn't, does that really count as... I'm going to count that as silhouetted. That's a character who we're, given, but we're not supposed to really fully see them yet, so... I'll count that. But I still think no bingo, but I managed to fill in a lot. Okay, this was a kind of insane one here. So we still need to find out more about the Davy clan. So much more to learn about. So extremely, incredibly good. So much information. Again, game-changing information for the series as a whole. And then on top of that, it's we need to wait and see what more information we get, I guess. Hopefully we don't get just left on this, because there's so much. Also, again, funny, but is Oda going too far with Goon Valley? Everything being about Shaki. I mean, not everything's about Shaki. There's other things involved, but still. Crazy. And I mean, also, if we're saying it because, all of these big characters, romantic partners were here, in addition to the Shaki stuff, this is also where Blackbeard's mom is from, and also where Shanks and Shamrock's mom is from. We need to get more history of God Valley. Why is God Valley this important? Also, Shanks didn't, didn't Scopper call him a child of destiny or something like that? And we see that, there's the two big spires. A twin birth happened there. It was a celestial dragon father. And potentially, if the Davy clan is here, maybe it's just Rox's family. Or maybe it, Or maybe we also have the potential Will of D from Shanks and Shamrock's mom. And also, Dragon actually doing something? That's like one of the most shocking things in One Piece ever. What an incredible chapter. I'll end it here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being so patient. Like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this chapter, my first thoughts and reaction, how'd you do on bingo. Subscribe for more One Piece, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone. If you'd like to help support the channel by dropping a super thanks or sharing, it's really appreciated. But if you want to not just help support and help me to keep making videos, but also get your name at the end of videos, get One Piece videos early usually, you can hit join down below to become a member. Go to patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you to people who are already members and patrons. Thank you to chosen regulars Evan Hawley and Bertie Wooster, Magical Girls, J.A. and the D-Man, Jaredon Student, David Langstaff, Slayer Candidates, SG and Stan Cedar, and Pure Elements, Patiradiel, and Elsa the Storyteller. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Sorry for rushing through the outro. I have to go now too. I'm so sorry for how long this is taking.